All right. Well, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So the Joyce University Community Learning Series is a continuing education lecture series to provide students and members of the public with the latest insights and trends in healthcare. This series is a unique opportunity to learn from expert faculty and practitioners who are at the forefront of their fields. Our lectures cover a wide range of topics in healthcare, including the latest advances in nursing practice, healthcare management, public health, professionalism, personal development, and more. The series is designed to be accessible to learners of all levels, from novice to expert. At the end of the presentation today, we will do a Q&A session, and we encourage participants to ask questions in the Zoom Q&A section. Tonight's lecture, titled Unleashing Potential, Mastery Learning for Personalized Education, is brought to us by Dr. Kathy Dolan. The lecture will explore the dynamic world of mastery learning. Discover how this personalized teaching and learning strategy, reminiscent of the flipped classroom model, shifts the focus from rigid timelines to content mastery. By embracing mastery learning, learners progress at their own pace, guided by experienced faculty to achieve a profound understanding of the subject matter. Unleash your potential through this innovative approach that revolutionizes traditional education and empowers individuals to excel in their educational journey. Dr. Kathy Dolan is the program chair of the Master of Science in Nursing program here at Joyce University of Nursing and Health Sciences. Dr. Dolan has served in academic leadership roles for the past 15 years and has led the development and launch of second-degree accelerated and traditional baccalaureate programs, as well as non-APRN graduate programs. She has experience in online, hybrid, and on-ground education. Prior to entering academia, Dr. Dolan served as Chief Nursing Officer and Associate Executive Director of 2 large hospitals in New York. Her clinical background is critical care and post-anesthesia care. Dr. Dolan has spearheaded programmatic accreditation for CCNE, ACEN, and Middle States Commission on Higher Education, and is an appointed on-site evaluator for the National League for Nursing Commission for Nursing Education Accreditation. Dr. Dolan received her baccalaureate degree from Adelphi University, a double master's in administration and education from Columbia University, and a doctoral degree in health administration with a concentration in organizational leadership. Her doctoral research was focused on the image of nursing and its effect on the recruitment of nurses. So with that, Dr. Dolan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Katie, for that lovely introduction. It sounds so nice to hear. I wish it was, it's so nice to hear that, even though, like you do it all, but you don't really hear it. And so anyway, welcome and good evening. I am Kathy Dolan, and I'm on the East Coast, so it is evening here, but good afternoon to those of you joining us from the West Coast and the Midwest, and of course in Utah. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. There we go. And hopefully, oh, what's going on there? There we go. Hopefully everyone can see that. So thrilled to be here this evening. And what we're going to be talking about is mastery skills, as Katie mentioned, unlocking your full potential, the path to excellence. And what we want to do this evening is actually define mastery skills, discuss its importance, development of, application of, and of course, the benefits of mastery skills. And you might be wondering, what is mastery skills? Why is mastery skills being presented? What is the importance of mastery skills to Joyce University, our students, and our community? Well, we launched a new Master's in Nursing Leadership program here at Joyce University in the fall, just a few weeks ago, with 2 concentrations, one in nursing executive leadership and one in nursing education. And they are based on the adaptive learning model. And adaptive learning takes the concept of mastery just one step further and personalizes the pursuit of mastery. So learners move through our program based on their proficiency level and their confidence and engagement. And that is a significant factor in learning. So we thought we would talk about mastery skills, which is the very foundation of our program. So to start, we want to identify what mastery skills are. And mastery skills refer to a high level of expertise and competence or proficiency in a particular area or skill set. So from a nursing perspective, you can think of your standard, your baseline foundational medical surgical nursing, and then moving into a particular area, such as the PACU, the emergency department, or the OR. That's not to say that medical surgical nursing you will not be a master content in, but you have all different options here. So when someone has mastery skills in a specific field or a discipline, it means they have achieved a deep understanding and exceptional ability in that area. So mastery involves a comprehensive understanding of the subject matter, the ability to apply that knowledge effectively in various contexts, and often a track record of consistent and outstanding performance. So achieving mastery usually requires years of dedicated practice, learning, and refinement. So some examples of mastery skills, as you can see, technical skills. It's not just in the nursing profession or in healthcare in general for that matter. Technical skills, you can have mastery skills in programming, engineering, mathematics, where there are areas that are highly valued. You can have mastery skills in artistic skills, mastery of the arts, painting, music composition. You're captivating an audience, the individuals creating and expressing themselves in an exceptional level. And then sports, think of the Olympics. The athletes who have mastery skills are often among the best in the world in their respective sport, demonstrating exceptional physical and mental abilities. There are other mastery skills as well. Of course, in leadership and motivation, you have effective leaders in management. They demonstrate these skills like decision-making, communication, team building. You can have mastery skills in craftsmanship, somebody like woodworking or metalworking, producing high quality, finely detailed work. Scientific expertise, scientists and research attain mastery in those fields by adding significant contributions, advancing knowledge through scientific research. And you have mastery in communication. Some people are better at communicating than others. Expert communicators, public speakers, writers, journalists, they achieve mastery by conveying information, ideas, and stories to their intended audiences. You have others, problem solving, teaching, entrepreneurship, all different kinds of mastery skills. So it is not just within the health professions. But why are they important? Why are mastery skills important? Well, for one thing, they set you apart. Okay, mastery skills set you apart. They differentiate you in a competitive world. They drive success. They lead to better performance, better outcomes. Lifelong learning ensure continued growth, and continued personal growth, quality improvement, advancement in career. There are a host of reasons that mastery skills are important. Look at Elon Musk. Whether you like him or dislike him, he demonstrates the power of mastering over time, demonstrates lifelong learning. He emphasizes the importance of determination and resilience. What does he have going on now? He's got Tesla, he's got SpaceX, and then of course he has X, formerly known as Twitter. So there are some key skills here when we look at, our curriculum for our program, our current program, or a new program, I should say, and some of those skills, key mastery skills that are incorporated into them. So you have your leadership skills, and those inspire and motivate. They lead by example. You make informed decisions, and our students are able to do this through practicum and practice experiences. Communication skills, effective verbal and written communication, and active listening. And what's interesting about that is that anybody can communicate. We can communicate verbally, through text message, email, written communication, hand gestures, facial expressions. But do we effectively communicate? And that is what mastery is. Are we effectively communicating? And are we communicating the information we need? Is it received the way in which it was intended? And then, of course, active listening is also important. You want to make sure that you generously listen, that you put things aside and you have a wide lens, you have a wide view of what the individual is saying, you're listening intently to them, and then responding appropriately. Problem-solving skills: identify and define problems. Master learners analyze data, they generate solutions, they evaluate outcomes. Oops. Creativity skills are also important. Think outside the box, or should there even be a box? We want our learners to look outside of that box, break that wall down, and really be creative. Think of creative and innovative ways to practice, encourage innovation, embrace and learn from failure, resolve issues, conflict resolution. And then you have technical experience, which is also a master skill set. And that is that deep knowledge in a specific field, keeping up with industry trends, current and relevant learning, continuously improving skills, all very important when you're looking at key master skills. What we do want our learners to do is we want them to set clear goals. In our program, we want them to define what mastery means, break down the goals into manageable steps. And those manageable steps are at their own pace. They create that timeline for achievement. So we're not looking at the completion of work within a week or within a couple of days, but we're guiding them along at their pace. So they're comfortable, they're confident, and they're ready to learn. There has to be a readiness to learn. So we do have them create those manageable steps. They create the timeline for achievement. We want them to commit to learning. Invest time in continuous learning, seek feedback and mentorship, stay curious, stay open-minded, look at things through a wide lens. We want them to practice regularly. Practice is key. Practice is a key to improvement. Deliberate practice focuses on weaknesses. Students can repeat over and over until they are proficient in their skill. So they have a clear understanding and they're not just memorizing something and then moving forward. Consistency is vital in this program. We want our students to embrace challenge. We don't want them to shy away from difficult tasks. We want them to focus on those tasks head on. We want them to be challenged. We want to foster growth and development. And we want them to learn from setbacks, right? Failure does not mean failure. Failure is an opportunity to move forward. So we want our students to learn from setbacks. When we look at applying these skills, again, we're looking at similar leadership, communication, problem solving, creativity, and fostering a culture of innovation. So we want our leaders to lead with integrity and empathy. We want to inspire the team to excel. We want them to drive positive change. And then from a communication standpoint, naturally, communicating clearly and persuasively. Leaders are influential. They influence change. We want them to foster interprofessional collaboration, network and understanding, and establish those relationships, build those relationships so that they can move forward and tackle problem solving, complex issues with confidence, make data-driven decisions, and innovate to solve unique problems. Leaders of the future solving unique problems. Creativity: encourage creative thinking and embrace failure as a learning opportunity, as I mentioned, and foster a culture of innovation. Always be curious, always ask the question. We can look at mastery learning on a curve such as what's on the screen here: an awareness, knowledge, development, mastery steps. You're building foundation as your awareness, and you're building upon that foundation until you reach that mastery level. We can also look at it as a tree. We can look at the roots as the foundation of mastery, and you can look at that as medical surgical nursing. If you think of it in the nursing profession, if you think of it, you have 95% of your questions on NCLEX are really focused on the medical surgical, that foundation of nursing, that very basis of everything we do as a nurse. And then you can look at the trunk, which is proficiency, proficient in caring for the patient. You're providing safe and effective quality of care. Our branches are our specializations. It could be medical surgical nursing. It could be the PACU, the operating room, the emergency department, ambulatory care, home care. There's a multitude of specialties out there for students to specialize in. We can look at our leaves as creativity and innovation, and that's through our quality improvement, right? Continuous quality improvement we want to conduct. We want to use evidence-based practice. We want to affect change. And so those are our leaves. Our fruits are the results in our achievements. Those are the outcomes that we have from the quality initiatives. They're the tangible results that we see. Our nourishment, continuous learning, we should be thirsty for continuous learning. We should be thirsty to learn more. We should always, always seek advancement of knowledge. We look at best practice, we look at evidence, and through that, we affect change. And then we weather our resilience. And we're keeping the momentum. We're ensuring that all are engaged in the change, and we're overcoming challenges. We can also look at it, I'm sure you're familiar, those nurses that are on the call, with the Pat Benner, novice to expert. And those are the stages of mastery: novice, advanced, beginner, competent, proficient, and expert. We can look at it that way as well. But keep in mind that one could seek a different specialty and move back to a novice. So we do understand that our students, while they might be experts in their field currently, they are starting at the novice or the advanced beginner when they're starting our program, because we are building their mastery content, their mastery learning, for them to specialize in something particular, one of their choosing, one of their excitement. So what are the steps, the 5 steps of mastery? 5 steps of mastery is the introduction and the beginner stage. Now, keep in mind, mastery in any skill involves a series of steps and stages. And while the specific steps may vary, they're very common principles that can be applied to all areas. So when we look at introduction and beginner stage, we're looking at that introduction to the skill or the field. One might have a basic understanding, but you're essentially a novice. You're learning the fundamentals, you're acquiring the basic knowledge, and you're building the foundation. And basically that foundation is the core courses that we offer. Our practice and skill development is the stage where we start practicing regularly, and practice is crucial. Practice, practice, practice. We'll make mistakes, we'll learn from them, we'll refine the techniques, and we'll develop skills. The intermediate and the level in specialization is when you choose your specialization and you focus on the specific aspects of the skill or field. One might choose in our program to go into the executive nursing leadership, or one may choose to go into the nursing education option, concentration. So you might choose specialization specific in education to emergency nursing, or outside of health professions, a style of music or language or sport. And that is your focus on your mastery content. When we move to advanced proficiency, that's when we've honed our skills and we're recognized as an expert in our chosen area. So we might start to push the boundaries, or we hope that our students will start to push the boundaries, being innovative and contributing to the field by developing new techniques or approaches involving continuous learning, refining the craft. And then we reach our mastery and our expertise. I'm sorry, I'm losing my earpiece there. So the mastery is the pinnacle of skill development. Think subject matter expert. right? Our lead faculties, our subject matter experts, those that develop our courses. It's when you're considered to be an expert or a master in your field, and you have a deep understanding and you can handle complex challenges with ease. So masters often become mentors. They share their knowledge, they experience the experiences with others, and they make significant contributions in the field. How does it work in higher education? Well, in higher education, we can look at it in our courses through our mastery model of pre-assessment, instruction, formative assessment, correction, and summative grading. So students start, they build their foundation, we guide them through their instruction, again, at their own pace. They take formative assessments, which is as they move through the content, they check and recheck, and they can repeat. We provide constructive feedback. We guide them along the way. We enrich their instruction. We answer questions. We meet with them. We have peer collaboration. And then at the end, we have a summative grading or an assessment, and that's the final assessment of their content that they learned. Again, at their own pace, somewhat customized. So some benefits of mastery skills, and there are many, personal development, career advancement, overall well-being, but some key mastery skills benefits would be increased competence. The mastery of the skill means that you have a high level of proficiency and competence in that area. This competence leads to confidence in your abilities, more productivity, and more input into decision-making. You have career advancement or opportunities for leadership when you master your content. Mastery skills relevant to your profession, they enhance your career prospects. Our students can sit for the clinical leader options, the exam, the CNE exam, the AONL exam. The employers value individuals who are highly skilled, and they can contribute effectively to their organizations. They have job satisfaction. We all want to be happy in our jobs. They achieve a mastery in their work that leads to a greater sense of job satisfaction, a feeling of accomplishment, the ability to perform tasks efficiently, and it makes it more enjoyable. Of course, increased confidence you have as becoming proficient in a skill, your confidence in your abilities grows, and that confidence really expands beyond the specific skill, and it positively impacts other areas. And there's a positive influence. So mastering that skill can position you as a subject matter expert. It allows you to share your knowledge and mentor others. And it can be personally rewarding, or it is personally rewarding, and it helps you to have a positive impact on others. So better decision-making, you have health benefits, personal satisfaction. Remember, it's a journey. Mastery is a journey, and it often requires patience, practice, and a commitment to continuous improvement. Whether you're mastering a professional skill or a hobby or a personal development area, the process can be personally and professionally enriching. So how do we identify our mastery skills? Our mastery goals are a type of achievement orientation that focuses on developing competence and acquiring new skills or knowledge. So individuals with these goals are motivated with a desire to learn, to improve, and master a task or subject matter rather than seeking external rewards or comparisons with others. So when we look at that, we're looking at intrinsic motivation. These masters engage in activities because they find them interesting, they find them enjoyable. They want to learn, not solely for external rewards or recognition. There's a desire for learning. They have a strong desire to learn and acquire that new knowledge. They are curious. They value the learning process itself. They're persistent in the face of challenges or setbacks, and they see those obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow rather than reasons to give up. They embrace the effort, they invest the time, they seem to develop their abilities with an understanding that improvement often requires hard work. They focus on the process. They emphasize the importance of the learning process itself rather than just the end result. They're open to constructive feedback, constructive criticism. They see it as an opportunity to improve. They constantly seek that out, and they value it. They value it as a source of information for their growth. And low fear of failure, because they view failures as a learning experience that can lead to improvement. So identifying and mastering goals in individuals or situations can really be very useful for educators, for managers, for individuals themselves, because it can tailor learning and motivational strategies to better align with the goals. So encouraging, fostering the master-oriented mindset can lead to a greater professional and personal development and achievement. So what is the process? Well, it's a deliberate practice. Deliberate practice is a crucial component of mastery content. It's focused on intentional and structured, while personalized. It's aimed at improving specific skills or aspects of performance at one's own pace. It involves breaking down complex skills into smaller components and working on them systematically. It focuses on feedback and iteration, receiving feedback, whether from mentors, peers, or self-assessment. Self-reflection is very good. It's vital for improvement. Open to constructive criticism, and is used to refine skills and strategies. It engages in regular reflections to assess your own progress and make those adjustments. And then you have persistence and patience. And as I said, mastery takes time. It requires dedication. It requires a focus and the ability to persevere through challenges, setbacks, and plateaus, but looking at those as opportunities. Patience is essential because significant progress may not be immediately evident. So who are some famous examples of masters of content? Leonardo da Vinci, Renaissance man, excelled in fields of painting and sculpture. The Mona Lisa, The Last Supper. Mozart, child prodigy, he was prolific and influential composer of classical music. Michelangelo, he's known for his mastery of sculpture and painting and architecture. A statue of David. Albert Einstein, mastery in physics that led to the development of the theory of relativity. There are many others, Pablo Picasso, Maya Angelou, Marie Curie. We also have famous examples of mastery in nursing, in the nursing profession. And we see those as Florence Nightingale, founder of modern nursing, a legendary figure in nursing history. Clara Barton, angel of the battlefield, founded the Red Cross. Dorothea Dix, reformer and a nurse who advocated for the humane treatment of individuals, focused with mental health illnesses. She established many mental health asylums and improved those conditions. Virginia Henderson is another one. She's known for her groundbreaking work in nursing theory. They're all influential, famous examples of masteries in nursing. So we do face some challenges. Students do face challenges, and we need to learn how to overcome those challenges. We never want to look back. We only want to move forward. So what do we want to do? We want to stay persistent. Mastery takes time and effort. Stay committed, stay persistent, even when progress seems slow and you encounter difficulties. You may not have instant gratification. Students are expected to adapt and evolve. They want to be open to adapting to approaches to learn and grow, new approaches, innovative approaches to learn and grow, What works for one person may not work for another, so students need to adjust methods as needed. Stay curious, always stay curious. You want to maintain a curiosity about your chosen field. It makes it much more interesting. It's your desire to continuously learn and explore new aspects of that subject. It drives your mastery journey. And develop patience. Again, there is no instant gratification. It is a long-term endeavor. Understanding it may take years or even decades to achieve true mastery, and be patient with yourself along the way. Of course, our program is completed in a year. We do want our students to cultivate a growth mindset. Cultivating a growth mindset is very valuable to personal and professional development. It's a concept that involves believing that the abilities and intelligence can be developed through efforts, learning, and perseverance, rather than a fixed mindset where one believes that, those intelligence and abilities are innate and unchangeable. So a few steps that we can use in our program for cultivating that mindset: and awareness. Recognize that there's a growth mindset, and reflect on the beliefs about your abilities and whether you can avoid challenges, or whether you tend to avoid challenges, I should say, and give up easily when faced with difficulties. We want you to forge ahead. We'll be there for you to support you. We want you to have an awareness of your weaknesses so you can move forward successfully. You want to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth rather than seeing them as threats. Understanding that challenges help you learn and develop new skills. We often look at conflict as a negative when in fact conflict is a positive. Conflict fosters us to look at things through a wider lens and challenge ourselves and others, and bring up different ideas and innovative techniques and creative learning. So when faced with a difficult task, we want to remind ourselves that it's an opportunity to improve. We want to view our effort as a path to mastery. We want to understand that the effort is a necessary part of the learning process. Instead of being discouraged by failures, see it as a chance to learn and improve. Recognize that successful people face setbacks. Nobody got there in a simple fashion. There were obstacles along the way for everyone. We want to learn from our mistakes. Embrace our mistakes as valuable learning experiences. Analyze what went wrong, why it happened, what can we do differently next time. It's not a reflection. Failure is not a reflection of one's intelligence or abilities. It's just a stepping stone to improvement. We always want to seek feedback. We want to be open to feedback from others. Feedback, whether positive or constructive, can provide insights. It can help us improve. We don't want to take it personally. We want to take it as an opportunity to grow. We want to persist. We want to cultivate resilience and perseverance. We want to understand that the setbacks are natural. It's a natural part of the learning process. We don't want to give up. We want to push forward. We want to maintain that positive attitude. We have peer collaborations in our program so that students can banter back and forth about their live experience, about their frustrations, about their personal growth, about their setbacks, about their opportunities for improvement and learning and forward movement. We want to use the power of yet. When we catch ourselves saying, I can't do this, add the word yet to the end of the sentence. Rather than I can't do this yet would be a better use of terminology. It's a small change in the language, but it can remind us that our abilities are not fixed. Stay inspired, surround ourselves with inspiration. We want to follow people who achieved great things through their efforts and dedications. Their stories of masters can motivate us. They can keep us going on. Practice compassion, be kind to ourselves, avoid self-criticism. We want to set our growths, and we want to focus on outcomes. We don't want to solely focus on outcomes, but we do want to look at outcomes and set a process for oriented goals within reach. We want to shift that focus to appreciate the journey of learning. not because we have to, because we appreciate it and we want to. And we want to celebrate that progress. We want to acknowledge and celebrate the progress no matter how small it is. So cultivating that growth mindset is an ongoing process, and it does require a self-awareness. It's a deliberate effort. And by adapting some of those strategies, you can develop that mindset that fosters that learning for forward movement, resilience, and that personal growth. We do want to maintain mastery, of course. We want to continuously learn. Learning is a lifelong process. We want to stay up to date with the latest developments, relevant current trends, practices, technologies in our field, read books, research papers, articles. We want to attend conferences. We want to network. We can learn so much in talking with our professional colleagues. We want to practice regularly. We do have practice and practicum hours in our program. Consistent practice is key to maintaining that mastery, whether it's, playing a musical instrument or practicing a sport or completing your practice and practicum hours. We're honing in on a professional skill and we're setting dedicated time aside for that regular practice. We set clear goals. We want to be specific with those goals. We have clear objectives. We want to stay focused. We want to stay motivated. Our goals are short-term and they're long-term. They're realistic and they're achievable. We don't want to be afraid to ask for feedback from peers, from our mentors, from experts in the field. Constructive feedback helps you identify areas for improvement. It's a check in a way, a self-check in a way. We want to teach others. It's an excellent way to reinforce our own knowledge and skills, and it forces us to articulate and explain concepts clearly, and that allows us to deepen our understanding. Organized, updated networking, self-reflection, adaptability, all important points when you're maintaining mastery. Balance and well-being is important, mindfulness, deliberate practice, passionate. We want to be passionate. Passion for what we do can be a powerful motivator. And then finally, it's the role of feedback. Feedback is an important constructive criticism. Feedback from peers, mentors in the field. Those external perspectives can really help you see the blind spots in your progress. They can be quite eye-opening, and we want to take them and learn from them. We're not defeated. It's an opportunity for improvement and forward movement. Self-reflection, we should regularly reflect on our own progress, personally or as a team, if we're leading a team. And we want to consider what went well, what didn't, and what lessons we can take away from that. So it's important to note that achieving mastery is a lifelong journey, and there may be sub-steps and stages within broad categories. And the time it takes to reach mastery varies widely depending on its complexity of the field or skill and the amount of deliberate practice and dedication you invest. And we're focused on getting our students there. And the key to mastery is continuous learning, deliberate practice, and a growth mindset that's going to embrace challenges and look at failures as opportunities for improvement. Small changes have significant impact. It takes about 10,000 hours of practice to achieve mastery in a particular field. So to wrap things up for this evening, mastery skills are essential for personal and professional success. Continuous learning and practice is key. And used to lead, communicate, problem solve, and innovate effectively. And Joyce University is proud to offer the Adaptive Learning Mastery Skills MSN program to our students. We kicked it off a few weeks ago, successfully, yes, and we are enjoying the journey with our students together.
All right, well, it looks like we don't have any additional questions in our chat, so thank you all so much for coming today. You can find the remaining lectures for the Joyce University Community Learning Series on the events page of the Joyce University website. Take care. Again, thanks for coming and have a great rest of your day.